Hi guys, this is Rachel, the Modern Shaman, and I'm here to do a question and answer time with a question you all sent to me. So I'm just going to jump right in, read it, and then we'll go from there. So the question says, "Hi Rachel, I hope you are well." Thank you. I am. I have a question regarding mediumship. Okay, so she's been talking to her grandmother who has passed and kind of practicing her mediumship skills in that way. And then she says, "But how do I know when I'm ready to use my mediumship abilities to help others?" So mediumship, if you're not familiar or you didn't see my video, I did a video a while back, and you, I'm sure, can just scroll down through my YouTube videos and find it. That talks about the difference in intuitives, psychics, mediums, channels, and kind of all those terms in the metaphysical community, and psychic gifts and things like this, those that communicate with the unseen and paranormal. And that being said, mediumship is speaking to those who have passed over, who are no longer living. And a lot of times we do that for others. So just like she asked in this question, I love this because this is the typical way that we figure out we have this ability. We have someone who's passed away that we love, and we continue that communication. Be it a grandmother, like in her case, or a boyfriend, or a parent, or a child, or a sibling, or a friend, anything. Somebody that we loved who ended up passing away, and we wanted to continue contact, and we felt like they were around, or we had an opening in some way in our heart to continue that communication, and we would keep doing it. Some people feel Spirit's presence, like in the room, like they can just feel when their grandmother's around. Some people can smell certain scents associated with certain people. So they may smell their grandfather's pipe if he smoked, or a cigarette, or a perfume, or it may be more of a symbolic smell, like they may smell petunias every time their best friend is around or wants them to know they're there. They may literally hear them speaking. In this case, for mediumship, typically that's what it is. They can translate and hear those words through their clairaudience. So I'm going to broaden this a little bit, because depending on what spiritual gifts you have, a lot of times this issue comes up. Like, when do I know it moves beyond just my personal life and my personal connection to spirit to helping others and being more of a translator and sharing those thoughts with others? When you first start feeling this pull to help others, or you have spirits coming to you that are asking you to speak to, someone at work whose husband died, and suddenly the husband starts coming to you, and you realize, oh, okay, this puts me in a weird position. How do I know when it's appropriate, when it's not appropriate? I get these questions a lot. That's why I wanted to do this on a video instead of just, answering this question one-on-one. Because I get these questions a lot, and especially in my psychic development class with people who feel they have these gifts and are trying to utilize them and develop them. And there's kind of a protocol or a social dynamic involved here. So, first thing I would say is to speak to Spirit about it. So to ask Spirit when it's appropriate for you, or to set up some guidelines that make you feel safe, that make you feel like when it's appropriate to talk and when it's not. Sorry, I had to click on there. It said low battery. So for instance, when I first started, I'm clairvoyant, so I see a lot of things in pictures. So if I saw a scene, and I think I've shared this before in another video, but I used to walk my children to school, and because I felt energy, and again was clairvoyant, I would see pictures sometimes of things going on in people's households, or I would feel their energy as they passed by me. I could see if someone was in an abusive relationship, or especially when I was passing by houses. I would feel if there was like I said, abuse going on in that house or something going on in that house. And if I knew those people, it would put me in a difficult situation of what to do. And so I asked Spirit what to do about that. And we came up with kind of a plan. It was my free will of choice to set up my boundaries. And I talk a lot, as you guys know, on these videos, if you haven't seen them, about setting up your spiritual guidelines and boundaries. That is very important when you start utilizing your multisensory gifts, because you have to feel like you're in some sort of control and you're not going insane and these things aren't coming on and you don't know what to do with them. So by setting up those boundaries, I told Spirit, if this is something that you want me to be involved in, if you need my assistance or you feel like you're giving me this information or it's coming to me because you're wanting me to say something, then when I see those images in my head, put a green filter on everything. Make it look like, literally like they placed a green light over everything, or I was wearing green sunglasses and seeing that scene. And so they would do that. So, and if not, make it red. So every time I would go by a house and if I would see a scene and I would feel like, uh-oh, am I supposed to get involved in this? I would again reiterate, okay, make it green or make it red. What am I supposed to do in this situation? And then I would see it. Now, if you don't see, like I see, you can give a phrase. If you're clairaudient and you hear, you can say, tell me yes or tell me no when you want me to get involved. If you feel energy, you can say, make me feel hot if it's a no, make me feel cold if it's a yes. Touch me on this shoulder if you feel like physical tingles or palpable energy of spirits. You can say, touch me on this shoulder if it's a yes, this shoulder if it's a no. Give yourself some structure between you and spirit to be able to know when it's appropriate for you to communicate and translate those messages. Now, those are when they come to you in kind of inopportune times. Now, there's also another kind of side to this, is like, when do I step into this as maybe a profession, or when do I kind of step out in boldness to say, this is something I can do, I can offer this to the public, which is a little different. And that I'm going to leave to your intuition. That is when you feel ready. Now, ready doesn't always mean it gets rid of fear. It doesn't mean it gets rid of nervousness or, anxiety about something. But I also tell this to all my students in my classes. Remember, this information is not coming from you. So you can take yourself out of the picture here. It's coming through you. So when you're being a servant in this way, it takes away a little bit of the feeling of responsibility. You're just trying to be of service. So if you feel like intuitively you're getting the nudge to share your gift with the world, to open up and say to people, this is something I can do, I feel like I would like to be of service in this way, put that up to spirit. Say to your angels, your guides, those that you talk to that are beyond yourself, that you would like to do this, and this is in your heart of hearts, which they know, you know, if it's already there, and ask for opportunities for that to come into your life synchronistically, for you to either have people that come to you that need it, to guide you to opportunities for events that might be available to you to share that ability. Even just when you may synchronistically find that you're getting to know more people who have just recently have loved ones that have passed. Everything and anything is used by spirit. They don't, it's funny, when you do this as a business, I always laugh because, we have this tendency in our culture and society to say, like, there's business and then there's personal, and you keep them separate. Well, with this kind of thing, spirit doesn't differentiate. It's like, it's kind of like love, you know what I mean? Love is love. It's not bound by society and culture and all of these things. Spirit is spirit. It's not bound by business tactics and strategies. So, those that need your services may come from all different avenues. Spirit may send them to you in a business form. They may send them to you sitting next to you in the bus. On the bus stop, or they may come to you by a friend, or your son's teacher or your teacher. It's situational, and Spirit will send you exactly who they need for you to serve, as long as you're open and you've made that intention that you want your gifts to be utilized in that way to the public. So, and then just continue to ask for peace. And if you're needing a sense of reassurance, a sense of confirmation, when I first started doing this for others, at the end of my sessions, I would always ask Spirit to give that person and to give me something of confirmation. So it would help me feel a little bit more resolved that I did what I came there to do. And I felt like it would help that person to also have a sense of resolve that, like, okay, this is real, this was for me. So whatever, and it may have been, it was different for each person, but I would typically just say, okay, Spirit, in my head, I would say, can you send me something that would be confirmation for them that this is information that you wanted them to have, or this came from their father or whoever it was that they were trying to connect with, if it was mediumship, for example. And Spirit would say something like, call him Johnny or something. So I would say, your father wants me to call you Johnny. And that would click for that person. And then that would be a piece of confirmation for me that all is well, it's done, I've said what I needed to do, and they received everything. So if you're feeling like you need confirmation and that would help you, ask for it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. Cut it under 15 minutes. Woo! I always try and keep these videos under 15 minutes, and today I did it. I love you all. I'm in total support of you using your gifts. I am more than ecstatic that humankind is evolving in this way and opening up and using our multisensory gifts to connect to the seen and unseen worlds and bridge our multisensory selves. This is where we're going, and I'm happy to see your question in service. And you'll be blessed just because you want to bless others. Love to you.